Hello, I am Norca Yarborough, lead EML therapeutic counselor, here to speak to you about creating a sense of belonging for newcomers through building well-being connections. I am a proud member of the International Admissions and Enrollment Office, where we welcome hundreds of newcomers each year. Our purpose today is to outline some very important things that we want to make sure that you understand that we put into practice when creating a sense of belonging for our immigrant students and families. We are all about building connections, and this is in alignment with our equity-centered trauma-informed principles in education, which is the book featured here by Alex Binet. And you'll often hear me refer to the ECTI principles throughout the presentation. These are the principles that IAE highlights throughout our daily interactions with families, our professional development, and our engagement with our communities and school leaders. We want to make sure that everyone understands our anti-racist and trauma-responsive approach. The principles that we often are adhering to and use as a guideline are the following. Principle number one, being anti-racist and anti-oppressive, means that we understand that trauma-informed education is anti-racist and against all forms of oppression. The second principle is asset-based. Trauma-informed education isn't asset-based and doesn't attempt to fix kids because kids are not broken. Instead, it addresses the conditions, systems, and structures that harm kids. Number three, systems-oriented. Trauma-informed education is a full ecosystem, not just a list of strategies, and you'll see me refer to this throughout the presentation. Principle number four, human-centered. Trauma-informed education means centering our shared humanity so that others may understand what each one of us is going through. Principle number five, universal and proactive. Trauma-informed education is universal is a universal approach implemented to be proactive. And our last but not least is our social justice focused principle. Trauma-informed education aims to create a trauma-free world. This is our mission. Together, we are a community of culturally affirming professionals who, in collaboration with schools and community partners, help build and strengthen positive relationships with children and their families, especially those who are facing language, cultural, and economic barriers. We proudly welcome thousands of new international students and their families into our diverse community throughout the year, connecting them with their school communities so that they can fulfill their social and academic aspirations with pride and joy. And this is ensuring that we have principle number six, our social justice focused principle, because we want to make sure that we create trauma-free environments for our children. Next, you will see a map of the many languages from various countries that we welcome into our community. The first map is a map of Montgomery County, and we are home to 4 of the most diverse small cities in the US. That includes Germantown, Gaithersburg, Rockville, and last but not least, Silver Spring. Then you will see a global map. We have various dots on this map that represent all over the world. You will see that on this second map, our newcomers arrive from all over the world, reflecting many different countries and many different experiences. Many of the children we do receive are from Central America, with recent upticks from Peru, Brazil, and Colombia. We also receive many newcomers from Ethiopia, West Africa, India, and most recently, students from Ukraine and Afghanistan. This map represents an increase with the larger dots of where our recent populations are coming from. And this is to help you understand that we serve all. All of us It takes a village. As you will see, Montgomery County Public Schools, our public school system, is highlighted in the middle of all of our community partners. We work in collaboration with our local government, county council, county executive, our Department of Health and Human Services, our community partners highlighted here, as well as provide various supports through our wellness community partners that you will also see here. Many of these whom feature support staff and provide supports directly to our schools. And this is ensuring that we are systems focused, right? We want to make sure that everyone that we work in collaboration with understands our mission and our purpose and welcomes the families the way we do. Next, you will see a chart of International Admissions and Enrollment, how we have our Welcome Center, which features everything listed here in red. Then we have our enrollment process, which covers everything that has to do with the international residency, students experiencing unstable housing, English testing. That is the enrollment process. Then we have our school supports and community engagement. So these school supports and community engagement oftentimes look like many collaborative approaches that we have with our community partners to ensure our families are being served and they're not feeling isolated. We're trying to create a system in which we provide wraparound services for our families. So that is where our wonderful Bienvenidos initiative comes into play. We have a person that focuses on creating connections and making sure our families feel a sense of belonging. Then last but not least, EML therapeutic counseling team, which provides orientations and intakes for our newcomers, and they want to provide a sense of belonging for our newcomers. We do crisis consultation, and we provide all types of supports in collaboration with our school staff. And this is ensuring that we are systems oriented. This is our beautiful team, the EML Therapeutic Counselors, which stands for Emergent Multilingual Learner Therapeutic Counselors. We serve the students who are multilingual learners that are newcomers into our school system. With much pride, we provide supports to their complex needs that are way beyond just the regular course scheduling. We provide that social emotional support, anything that has to do with making sure that they feel at ease when they're in their school, that they're ready to learn. And we do this in collaboration with our school counselors, social workers, psychologists, community partners to ensure that they understand the mandatory guidance lessons. We also have resources that are specifically tiered and created to ensure that our students understand what it is to have a culturally affirming practice in their school when issues around race arise in their school. We want to make sure that someone understands what they're going through and that they can process that through circles and other different things that we do in our schools, and always in collaboration with mental health partners, especially our crisis support team. We speak many different languages, so I encourage you to check out our website that will highlight all the ETCs and the beautiful languages that they speak to support all students. And this is us being social justice focused and always make sure that we are creating that safe, trauma-free world for children. EML counselors also provide intakes after students have a testing experience here in International Admissions and Enrollment. We meet with them, and we oftentimes will conduct an intake with them to articulate to any of the counselors any concerns or just to let them know how the students are feeling about being in America. Then once we're in the school, we help to connect with them so that they feel comfortable and know who to reach out to for support. And so that's what we do through our orientations. And as I mentioned previously, our collaboration with counselors is always ongoing, and it's a great way for us to make sure that we're universal and proactive in our approach. Next, you will hear from a family We have our very own ETC, Miss Elizabeth Fisher, who is speaking with a parent in regards to her experience here in America. And this is definitely us demonstrating a human-centered approach, and I will play the video now.
Boa tarde, Leninha. Obrigada por ter aceito o convite de falar um pouco comigo sobre o assunto de saúde mental. Gostaria se você pudesse contar um pouco sobre a sua história, contar um pouco sobre as suas dificuldades que vocês encontraram, né, quando chegaram aqui. E também, se você podia depois também relatar um pouco sobre as alternativas e soluções que vocês encontraram na sua jornada.
Elizabeth, muito obrigada, né, por dar voz aí à comunidade brasileira, né, e eu estar representando, fico muito feliz. Bom, respondendo aí em partes, né, a primeira pergunta, o primeiro questionamento, os fatores que mais impactam a um estrangeiro quando chega a esse país, eu vou tentar colocar aí numa linha horizontal, né, porque todos são muito importantes para mim, uns um pouco mais, um pouco menos, mas todos são muito importantes. A gente já tem um choque cultural muito grande, né? Quando há essa mudança de país, né? E a maior preocupação nossa quando chega aqui é ser aceito, né? Então, a gente tem a preocupação de que os Estados Unidos tem que nos aceitar, o americano tem que nos aceitar. Então, a gente tem que ficar tentando se ajustar o tempo todo. E nem tudo é sobre ser brasileiro, né? Porque tem outras culturas, não só o brasileiro passa por esses momentos também. Então, para mim, seria a cultura importantíssima. O clima aqui, se você chega no inverno, é um baque muito grande. A língua, claro, não menos importante. E a ausência de suporte inicial, sabe? Para mim, eu hoje, vendo a minha história lá para trás, eu vejo quanto isso faria toda a diferença se eu tivesse tido isso no início. Bom, alternativas que eu encontrei, né, o que foram sendo encontradas ao longo dessa jornada até agora. Então, eu cheguei mãe solo aqui com uma criança de 9 anos, né, que viveu toda uma cultura a vida toda no Brasil, cresceu de uma forma e chega aqui e entra numa escola. Os problemas começam a aparecer exatamente aí. Então, são problemas de... ele não consegue se identificar, né? A gente não consegue se identificar com a cultura americana. E é lógico, qualquer um sofre. E, para mim, não há uma... a escola não tem uma preocupação inicial em entender essas diferenças da cultura, que é o que mais machuca, o que mais dói na gente, é isso. A língua é muito importante, acho que é bom ter sempre uma pessoa à frente que fala a língua daquele povo que está acabando de chegar, aquela família que está se inscrevendo na escola, porque a escola é o link principal para discorrer tudo aí até onde eu estou hoje. Então, a partir dos momentos dos problemas aparecendo, a gente foi buscando soluções, né? A gente foi como os problemas apareciam para depois buscar as soluções, né? Que para mim ainda faltou o quê? Faltou cuidado lá atrás, com aquela família que se inscreveu, aquela família que tem uma criança recém-chegada, aquela família que vai ter um choque cultural muito grande. E, como eu disse, nem tudo é por ser brasileiro, né? E a nossa preocupação de ser brasileiro é essa: você não pode tocar, você não pode gritar, você não pode fazer determinadas coisas que a sua criança no Brasil faz e é tido como uma coisa normalíssima, aqui não é. A partir do momento que você está na escola, as ajudas acontecem, se você for abordada de forma muito eficiente. A minha ajuda demorou um pouquinho mais para chegar, porque eu não tive uma abordagem tão eficiente no início. Então, a gente tem ajuda, pelo menos meu filho precisou de uma terapia, precisou de um psiquiatra, foi encaminhado para um centro de crises, né, que para analisar a situação dele foi muito bem atendido, isso eu não tenho como negar, e até hoje a gente está tendo esse apoio. E, para além disso, né, para além dessa ajuda toda, desse apoio todo que o governo deu, que eu ainda foco na questão da prevenção, que a gente não teve lá no início, não teve todo o cuidado, o abraço, né, o aceite, né? É como se a gente precisasse ser aceito. A gente nunca vai ser americano, mas e o aceite? A gente não teve. aí a escola se compromete sim com você, sabe? A partir daí, ela tenta cuidar de você nessas partes, com todos esses apoios que a gente tem, que eu tenho tido até agora, é onde que eu consegui me manter de pé. E, para além disso, como eu disse, eu busco outras alternativas, né? Hoje eu faço parte de uma congregação na igreja, meu filho faz parte de um grupo de jovens que fala a língua dele, que tem a cultura dele, e eu faço outras coisas que para manter essa saúde mental em dia, que eu acho ok.
As you saw in that video, families go through a lot transitioning before they even start school, coming to the US once they're in our school system. And so we really want folks to understand that the journey to the US varies. We have families from various different backgrounds. We have families that could have been refugees, that are new immigrants, diplomats, unaccompanied youth, and their journey looks different to the United States. And even when they're here, it depends on if they're connected to a community, if they have a sense of belonging, of what their mental health outcome will be. The more welcomed they feel, the more connected they are, the more we give them la bienvenida, the more outcomes we see that are successful. And so this mom highlighted that in this video. So we want to make sure that we highlight and that we understand that many of our families are bringing so many things that are such great assets, and we want to center them as humans. We want to make sure that they're connected with folks that understand and are here to help them, which is why our team prides itself on collaborating with our parents, our students, and our schools, and through this in collaboration with other people within different offices. And last but not least, we understand that this is an ongoing process and not just during the school day transition. We know that kids need support after school. They need mental health therapists, they need groups, they need extracurricular activities to make sure that they feel welcomed and are having a successful transition. And mental health is important for us to recognize. It varies in our communities. Some communities are really great about talking about it, recognizing it, and understanding where to get help and access help. Other communities need a lot more support in understanding this, and which is what makes our job very, very unique. So next you will hear a conversation about mental health with our very own Leah Lee, and she's speaking with a Chinese family about mental health.
就是在中国文化里面，就是你之前在国内上学的时候，就是学校里面对于讨论学生的心理健康是一种什么态度？
也有讨论吧，还是
学校有心理健康老师吗？
有心理健康老师。
他们一般的就是工作，他们的职责是什么？
他们职责是，就是你去找那个老师的话，那个老师就会对你进行一些，就是可以听你说一些目前的状况怎么样。
我开导你是吗？
是。
那老师会去到你们班上上课吗？
他一般一个学期可能会有1-2次。
那你的同学，包括你之前有没有就是主动去找过心理老师寻求帮助？
同学应该有过，但是自己没有。
自己没有过。你觉得就是你的同学们在找心理老师寻求帮助的时候，他们会有什么顾虑吗？就是
可能会有一点点顾虑，可能就是心理上可能也会有一些就是也会有一点顾虑。
就是担心其他同学知道吗？
应该会有一点点。
那你觉得在你家里面，就是你和妈妈之间会讨论关于心理健康这方面的东西吗？
应该还是会讨论一下的，但是基本上也没有什么太大的问题。
妈妈觉得呢？
那个他们的学校，我觉得国内的学校的身心健康这一块，就是说老师他不会主动去找学生，但是他会有，现在就是以前是没有的，现在他有这样的心理辅导班，是你孩子自己去求助于老师的时候，去寻求老师帮助，去请老师主动。那这一块就是，然后因为孩子他也不会想 因为身体健康这个也是挺敏感的一个话题，
对
谁也不想让他知道我的精神出现什么状况啊，谁都不想让别人知道，是吧？这是一个隐私。所以说，孙敬明他其实在国内也出现过这种心理状况的出现过一个这个阶段，有个这样的阶段。但他老师这个我呢当时是因为拜托了他的主要的班主任。跟他进行一些，我把他的情况我也求助了老师，这上面能给他一些帮助、心理的疏导。但是好像因为这国内的情形就是说，你跟老师的有些私交的上面的话他会给你提供一些。
对对，
基于这种基础上，更多的老师是国内的老师，更多的是看重了绩效嘛，我们就讲孩子绩效成绩嘛，考核。对，这是一方面。我在家里和本杰明的这一种情况，我们经常会聊天。当然，这个的话也会随时知道他的心理状态的学校他自己现在是什么情状态。我会跟他有些这样的我们两个进行一个沟通。也会有些分析，但是我觉得孩子能把他们所的事情，把他的学习把他这工作把他在学校的生活和同学交流，能够跟我们来这样交流，我觉得他的心情不会是很大的问题。能够沟通这点是很好。
对，不要把所有的就是情绪压在心里面。
对，我也就是说，你有时候你觉得难受，你说你啥都可以嘛。
对吧？
这真的你哭一哭，你都是可以，是吧？
对，
你要发泄，你要把它冲刺。就不能自己要闷在心里。
对，那你们在听到抑郁这个词的时候，你们第一反应是什么？
还好吧，也比较正常。
比较正常，
对，小孩子都正常，对，他们能接受。我听到抑郁的时候，我就会有些反应，觉得心里就会也难受嘛，是吧？因为知道抑郁的一个程度，你到一个严重程度，那个是对生命有危害，是威胁到你的生命了，是不是？
对。
但这个就是说，对家长来说，如果这个孩子抑郁了，那我先想一下，他怎么走出来，怎么样走出来，就会求助各方面的帮助，包括去看心理医生或者我们跟他进行沟通或者让他去进行一些体育锻炼
问班主任，你觉得如果你跟妈妈说你想去看心理咨询师，你觉得妈妈会怎么说？
他应该觉得还是 OK 的，应该是没问题。
对，如果他说他需要看心理，我是完全支持他的。我觉得他知道自己的孩子出了问题，他自己知道一个自救嘛，是很好的，是吧？
对。
Thank you for watching that last video with me. As you can see, mental health varies in all of our communities. And most importantly, we want to make sure that our students feel loved and supported and a sense of belonging in our schools and in our communities. It's very important to talk about mental health with our children, with our families, and understand that everyone comes with a different background and understanding of what mental health is and how it may impact them or their child. And so I encourage you to continue to form connections with our families and in our community, to reach out to our wonderful team in International Admissions and Enrollment if you ever need support with newcomers or any students, and we are here to help. Thank you again and have a great day.